Welcome to this guided meditation journey designed to help you transform your mindset from pessimism to optimism. Over the next hour or so, we'll explore various techniques and visualizations that will empower you to shift your perspective and embrace a more positive outlook on life. Remember, this is a process and change doesn't happen overnight. Be patient with yourself as we embark on this transformative experience together. First of all, find a comfortable position, either sitting or lying down. Ensure that you're in a quiet place where you won't be disturbed for the duration of this meditation. Take a moment to settle into your chosen position, allowing your body to relax and your mind to become still. Let's begin by focusing on your breath. Take a deep inhale through your nose, feeling your lungs expand and your chest rise. Hold this breath for a moment, and then slowly exhale through your mouth, releasing any tension or stress you may be holding on to. Repeat this deep breathing pattern a few more times, each time imagining that you're inhaling positivity and exhaling negativity. Feel free to pause this meditation to complete these exercises. Now, allow your breathing to return to its natural rhythm. Notice the gentle rise and fall of your chest and abdomen with each breath. As you continue to breathe naturally, let go of any thoughts or worries that may be occupying your mind. If your mind wanders, gently bring your attention back to your breath. We'll now move into a body scan to help you relax further and become more aware of any physical sensations you may be experiencing. Start by bringing your attention to the top of your head. Notice any sensations in your scalp and forehead. If you feel any tension, imagine it melting away with each exhale. Now move your focus down to your face. Relax your eyebrows, allowing the space between them to soften. Let your eyes rest gently in their sockets. Relax your jaw, allowing your teeth to part slightly. Continue down to your neck and shoulders. If you're holding any tension here, consciously let it go. Allow your shoulders to drop away from your ears. Bring your awareness now to your arms and hands. Notice any sensations in your upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, and fingers. If you feel any tightness, imagine it dissolving with each breath. Focus on your chest and upper back. Feel your rib cage expand and contract with each breath. Allow any tension in your upper back to release. Move down to your abdomen and lower back. Notice the gentle movement of your belly as you breathe. If there's any discomfort in your lower back, imagine it easing away. Now bring your attention to your hips and pelvis. Feel the weight of your body supported by the surface beneath you. Continue down to your legs. Notice any sensations in your thighs, knees, calves, and ankles. If there's any tension here, allow it to melt away. Finally, focus on your feet. Feel each toe, the soles of your feet, and your heels. Imagine any remaining tension flowing out through your feet and into the ground. Take a moment to scan your entire body once more, noticing how relaxed and at ease you feel. Now that your body is relaxed, we'll begin to explore your thought patterns. In particular, we'll focus on identifying pessimistic thoughts that may be holding you back from experiencing more joy and optimism in your life. Bring to mind a recent situation where you felt particularly negative or pessimistic. It could be a work-related challenge, a personal relationship issue, or any other scenario that triggered negative thoughts. As you recall this situation, pay attention to the thoughts that arise. What are you telling yourself about the situation? What assumptions are you making? How do these thoughts make you feel? Notice if any of these common pessimistic thought patterns are present. 1. All or nothing thinking, seeing things in black and white terms with no middle ground. 2. Overgeneralization, taking one negative event and applying it to all aspects of your life. 3. Mental filter, focusing solely on the negative aspects of a situation and ignoring the positive. 4. Discounting the positive, dismissing positive experiences as insignificant or unimportant. 5. Jumping to conclusions, making negative assumptions without sufficient evidence. 6. Magnification or minimization, exaggerating the importance of negative events or minimizing positive ones. 7. Emotional reasoning, assuming that because you feel a certain way, it must be true. 8. Should statements, using should, must, or ought to, statements that create unrealistic expectations. 9. Labeling, attaching negative labels to yourself or others based on isolated incidents. 10. Personalization, taking blame for things that are not entirely your fault or beyond your control. As you identify these pessimistic thought patterns, simply observe them without judgment. Recognize that these thoughts are not facts, but rather habitual ways of thinking that you've developed over time. Now, take a deep breath, acknowledging that becoming aware of these patterns is the first step towards change. Now that you've identified some of your pessimistic thought patterns, we'll practice challenging them. This process involves examining your thoughts objectively and considering alternative perspectives. Bring to mind one specific pessimistic thought you identified earlier. As you focus on this thought, ask yourself the following questions. 1. Is this thought based on facts or assumptions? 2. What evidence do I have to support this thought? 3. Is there any evidence that contradicts this thought? 4. Am I jumping to conclusions or making assumptions without sufficient information? 5. How would I view this situation if it were happening to a friend instead of me? 6. What would a more balanced or realistic perspective look like? 7. How helpful is this thought? Does it serve me or hold me back? 8. What are the potential consequences of continuing to believe this thought? 9. Can I identify any cognitive distortions in this thought? 10. What would I say to a friend who expressed this thought to me? As you consider these questions, notice if your perspective on the situation begins to shift. Are you able to see any alternative viewpoints or interpretations? Remember, the goal is not to force yourself to think positively, but rather to develop a more balanced and realistic outlook. Sometimes a situation may indeed be challenging or disappointing, but there may still be aspects of it that you can view from a more constructive angle. Take a moment to formulate a more balanced thought that takes into account both the challenging aspects of the situation and any potential opportunities or silver linings. This new thought should feel authentic and grounded in reality, rather than forced positivity. Repeat this process with a few more pessimistic thoughts you identified earlier. With each thought you challenge, you're strengthening your ability to question automatic negative assumptions and consider alternative perspectives. Feel free to pause this meditation to perform this exercise. One powerful tool for shifting from pessimism to optimism is the practice of gratitude. By regularly acknowledging the good things in our lives, we train our minds to notice and appreciate positive aspects of our experiences. Let's take a few moments to cultivate gratitude. Close your eyes and bring to mind 3 things you're grateful for right now. These can be big or small, from significant life blessings to simple pleasures. As you think of each thing you're grateful for, really allow yourself to feel the appreciation in your body. Notice any physical sensations or emotions that arise as you focus on gratitude. For the first thing you're grateful for, take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, silently say, "Thank you," in your mind. For the second thing, take another deep breath, and on the exhale, again say, "Thank you," silently. For the third thing, repeat the process, breathing in deeply and exhaling with a silent "thank you." Now, let's expand this gratitude practice. Think back over the past week and identify 5 positive experiences or moments, no matter how small. These could be a kind word from a friend, a beautiful sunset, a delicious meal, or a personal accomplishment. For each of these 5 experiences, take a moment to replay it in your mind. Notice the details of the experience, what you saw, heard, felt, or tasted. Allow yourself to re-experience the positive emotions associated with each moment. Now, as you recall each experience, take a deep breath and on the exhale, silently express your gratitude for that moment. By regularly practicing gratitude in this way, you're training your mind to notice and appreciate the positive aspects of your life. Over time, this can help shift your overall perspective from pessimism to optimism. Now, we're going to use the power of visualization to help you connect with your optimistic self. This exercise will help you imagine how you might think, feel, and behave if you were naturally more optimistic. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths to center yourself. Now, imagine that you're meeting a version of yourself who embodies optimism. This is you, but a you who naturally sees the bright side of things, who believes in possibilities, and who approaches challenges with confidence and hope. What does this optimistic version of you look like? Notice their posture, their facial expression, the look in their eyes. How do they carry themselves? Now, imagine having a conversation with this optimistic self. What advice would they give you about handling challenges or setbacks? How would they encourage you to view difficult situations? Listen closely to what your optimistic self has to say. Notice the tone of their voice, the words they use, and the energy they exude. Now, imagine stepping into the shoes of your optimistic self. Feel yourself adopting their posture, their facial expression, their energy. How does it feel to be in this optimistic state? As this optimistic version of yourself, think about a current challenge you're facing. How would you approach this challenge with an optimistic mindset? What opportunities might you see? What resources or strengths might you draw upon? Take a few moments to fully embody this optimistic state, noticing how it feels in your body and how it influences your thoughts. Remember, this optimistic self is not separate from you. It's a part of you that you can cultivate and strengthen over time. Whenever you find yourself slipping into pessimistic thinking, you can return to this visualization to reconnect with your optimistic self. An important skill in moving from pessimism to optimism is the ability to reframe negative situations. This involves looking for alternative interpretations or potential positive outcomes in challenging circumstances. Think of a recent situation that you perceived as negative or disappointing. It could be a personal or professional setback, a conflict with someone, or any other challenging event. First, notice your initial reaction to this situation. What thoughts and emotions came up for you? How did you interpret the event? Now, let's practice reframing this situation. We'll explore different perspectives that might help you view the situation in a more balanced or potentially positive light. Ask yourself the following questions. 1. What can I learn from this situation? 2. How might this challenge help me grow or develop new skills? 3. Are there any hidden opportunities within this setback? 4. How might this situation benefit me in the long run, even if it's difficult now? 5. What strengths or resources do I have that can help me navigate this challenge? 6. Is there a silver lining or unexpected positive outcome I might be overlooking? 7. How might this situation look different in a week, a month, or even a year from now? 8. What advice would I give to a friend facing a similar situation? 9. Can I find any humor or absurdity in this situation? 10. How does this challenge fit into the bigger picture of my life and goals? As you consider these questions, notice if your perspective on the situation begins to shift. Are you able to see any potential positives or opportunities that you didn't notice before? Remember, reframing doesn't mean denying the reality of difficult situations or forcing yourself to feel happy about them. Instead, it's about finding a more balanced perspective that acknowledges both the challenges and the potential for growth or positive outcomes. Practice reframing a few more negative situations from your recent past. With each situation, try to come up with at least 3 alternative perspectives or potential positive outcomes. Feel free to pause this meditation to perform this exercise. By regularly practicing this reframing technique, you're training your mind to automatically look for alternative viewpoints and potential positives in challenging situations. Over time, this can significantly contribute to a more positive outlook. As we work on shifting from pessimism to optimism, it's crucial to cultivate self-compassion. Often, pessimistic thinking is accompanied by harsh self-criticism, which can make it harder to maintain a positive outlook. Let's take a moment to practice self-compassion. Think of a recent situation or event where you were hard on yourself or engaged in negative self-talk. Now, imagine that a close friend or loved one was in the same situation and came to you for support. What would you say to them? How would you comfort and encourage them? Notice the tone of your voice you would use, the words you would choose, and the compassion you would feel for your friend. Now, can you offer yourself the same kindness and understanding that you would offer to a friend? Take a moment to direct those compassionate thoughts and words towards yourself. You might say something like, "This is a difficult moment. It's okay to feel whatever emotion you're experiencing. I'm doing the best I can with the resources I have right now. I am worthy of kindness and understanding, just as all humans are." As you offer yourself these words of compassion, notice how it feels in your body. Place a hand on your heart if you find it comforting. Remember, being optimistic doesn't mean never experiencing negative emotions or challenging situations. It's about approaching these experiences with kindness, understanding, and a belief in your ability to cope and grow. Practice offering yourself compassion regularly, especially when you notice pessimistic thoughts arising. Over time, this self-compassion can create a more supportive internal environment for optimism to flourish. Now, let's engage in a visualization exercise to connect with your future optimistic self. This exercise will help you imagine how your life might look and feel as you continue to cultivate optimism. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths to center yourself. Now, imagine yourself 1 year from now, having successfully cultivated a more optimistic outlook. See yourself going about your daily life with this new, more positive perspective. How do you carry yourself? What expression is on your face? How do you interact with others? Imagine yourself facing a challenge in this future scenario. How does your optimistic self approach this challenge? What thoughts go through your mind? How do you feel as you face this situation? Now, visualize yourself successfully navigating this challenge. See yourself using the skills and perspectives you've been developing, challenging pessimistic thoughts, practicing gratitude, reframing negative situations, and treating yourself with compassion. How does it feel to approach challenges with this optimistic mindset? Notice any sensations in your body or any emotions that may arise. Next, imagine the positive ripple effects of your optimism in various areas of your life. How has it affected your relationships, your work or studies, your personal growth and well-being? Take a moment to fully immerse yourself in this future scenario, really feeling what it's like to embody this optimistic version of yourself. Remember, this future optimistic self is not a fantasy. It's a real possibility that you're working towards with each step you take in cultivating optimism. An important aspect of moving from pessimism to optimism is developing resilience, the ability to bounce back from setbacks and adapt to change. Let's explore some techniques to build your resilience. First, bring to mind a past challenge that you successfully overcame. It doesn't have to be a major life event. Even small victories count. Recall the details of that situation. What was the challenge you faced? What steps did you take to overcome it? What personal strengths or resources did you draw upon? Who or what supported you during this time? What did you learn from this experience? As you reflect on this past success, notice how it makes you feel. Allow yourself to really connect with the sense of accomplishment and resilience you've demonstrated. Now, let's build on this experience to strengthen your resilience for future challenges. Imagine yourself facing a current or potential future challenge. As you visualize this scenario, ask yourself the following questions. Number 1, how can I apply the strengths and strategies I used in my past success to this new challenge? Number 2, what additional resources or support might I need? Number 3, how can I break this challenge down into manageable steps? Number 4, what's the worst that could happen and how would I cope if it did? Number 5, what's the best that could happen? Number 6, what's the most likely outcome and how can I prepare for it? As you consider these questions, notice if you feel a sense of increased confidence in your ability to handle challenges. Remember, resilience is like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. One key aspect of resilience is the ability to maintain perspective during difficult times. When facing a challenge, try asking yourself, will this matter in a day, a week, a month, or even a year? What's the bigger picture here? What opportunities for growth or learning might this situation present? How have I grown from past challenges, and how might this situation contribute to my personal growth? By regularly practicing these perspective-taking exercises, you're building your capacity to approach challenges with a more balanced and optimistic outlook. Another important aspect of resilience is self-care. When we're well rested, nourished, and emotionally balanced, we're better equipped to handle life's challenges with optimism. Take a moment to reflect on your self-care practices. How well are you taking care of your physical health through nutrition, exercise, and sleep? What activities help you relax and recharge? How often do you engage in these activities? Are there any areas of self-care that you could improve? Make a mental note of 1 or 2 self-care practices you'd like to prioritize in the coming weeks. Remember, taking care of yourself is not selfish. It's essential for maintaining the energy and positivity needed to navigate life's ups and downs. Our internal dialogue plays a crucial role in shaping our outlook on life. By consciously cultivating more optimistic self-talk, we can gradually shift our overall perspective. Let's practice transforming pessimistic self-talk into more optimistic alternatives. Think of a few common pessimistic phrases you often say to yourself. These might include, "I can't do this." "Everything always goes wrong for me." "I'll never be good enough." "There's no point in even trying." Now, for each of these pessimistic statements, let's create a more positive and optimistic alternative. For example, "I can't do this" becomes, "This is challenging, but I can learn and improve." "Everything always goes wrong for me" becomes, "Some things don't go as planned, but many things work out well." "I'll never be good enough" becomes, "I'm constantly growing and improving." "There's no point in even trying" becomes, "Every attempt is an opportunity to learn and get closer to my goals." Take a moment to create optimistic alternatives for your own common pessimistic phrases. As you do this, notice how the optimistic versions feel different in your body and mind. Remember, the goal isn't to force unrealistic positivity, but to create more balanced and constructive self-talk. Practice using these optimistic phrases in your daily life, especially when you catch yourself slipping into pessimistic thinking. As we near the end of our meditation, let's focus on cultivating daily habits that can support your journey from pessimism to optimism. Number 1, gratitude practice. Each day, take a few moments to write down or mentally note 3 things you're grateful for. This simple practice can significantly shift your focus towards the positive aspects of your life. Number 2, positive reflection. At the end of each day, reflect on one positive thing that happened, no matter how small. This helps train your mind to notice and remember positive experiences. Number 3, acts of kindness. Regularly engage in small acts of kindness for others. This not only benefits the recipient, but also boosts your own mood and outlook. Number 4, mindfulness. Practice mindfulness regularly, even if it's just for a few minutes each day. This can help you stay present and reduce anxiety about the future. Number 5, celebrate small wins. Acknowledge and celebrate your small achievements each day. This reinforces a sense of progress and capability. Number 6, surround yourself with positivity. Seek out uplifting content, whether it's books, podcasts, or conversations with optimistic friends. Number 7, reframe challenges. When facing difficulties, make it a habit to look for potential opportunities or learning experiences. Number 8, physical activity. Regular exercise can boost mind and increase resilience. Find physical activities you enjoy and make them a part of your routine. Number 9, optimistic language. Pay attention to your language and try to use more positive and empowering words in your daily conversations. And finally, number 10, visualize success. Regularly visualize yourself succeeding in your goals and handling challenges with optimism. As you consider these habits, choose one or two that resonate with you the most. Commit to incorporating these into your daily routine over the next week. As we prepare to conclude our meditation, let's engage in one final visualization to reinforce your commitment to optimism. Imagine yourself standing at the base of a gentle hill. The hill represents your journey from pessimism to optimism. As you look up the hill, you can see various milestones representing the skills and practices we've explored today. Take a deep breath and begin to walk up the hill. With each step, feel yourself becoming lighter, more positive, and more resilient. As you pass each milestone, recall the associated practice: challenging pessimistic thoughts, cultivating gratitude, reframing negative situations, practicing self-compassion, developing resilience, and engaging in optimistic self-talk. As you reach the top of the hill, imagine yourself bathed in warm golden light. This light represents the optimism you're cultivating. Feel it filling your body, illuminating your mind, and uplifting your spirit. From this vantage point, look out over the landscape of your life. Notice how different everything looks from this optimistic perspective. See the opportunities, the beauty, the potential for growth and joy. Now take a deep breath, allowing this optimistic energy to fully integrate into your being. Know that you can return to this place, this feeling, whenever you need a reminder of your capacity for optimism. As we come to the end of our meditation, take a moment to reflect on your journey today. You've explored various techniques and perspectives that can help you move from pessimism to optimism. Remember, this is an ongoing process, and it's normal to have ups and downs along the way. Be patient and compassionate with yourself as you continue to practice these skills. Each small step you take towards optimism is valuable and contributes to your overall growth and well-being. Gradually bring your awareness back to your physical surroundings. Notice the feeling of your body against the surface supporting you. Become aware of any sounds in your environment. When you're ready, gently open your eyes, taking with you the sense of possibility and positivity we've cultivated during this meditation. Thank you for embarking on this journey towards optimism. May you continue to nurture these seeds of positivity in your daily life, allowing them to grow and flourish. Remember, you have the power to shape your perspective and approach life with hope, resilience, and optimism. Take a final deep breath, and as you exhale, carry this optimistic energy with you into the rest of your day.